كورين ده كله يابس بس دينا والله دقيق كله ما جابها الناس الأدري يا شكرا أدينا في ملابس وأدينا في نعال أدينا في أكل يابس بس يا ده كله كورين بس بجي من التاب أتس ذاته مويه ما شربك يومين.
Since the beginning of the conflict, WFP has reached more than 3,500,000 individuals. Khartoum we never distributed food in Khartoum as such. Darfur's Kordofans were the most affected people even before the conflict. So almost 60% of the food requirements in the country are in areas where we do not have access.
In terms of food insecurity, there are around 6.3 million people who are in IPC4 emergency levels of hunger. That's one step away from famine. Of those, 70% of them are in these hard-to-reach areas that we have not been able to access. And this is another reason why it makes it very difficult for us to work in some of these conflict hotspots where fighting is ongoing, like in Khartoum and in the different Darfur states. And as you know, at the outset of this conflict on the 15th of April, WFP tragically lost 3 of our own staff members in North Darfur as they were carrying out a cash distribution. And so we are taking measures to ensure the security of our staff, at the same time doing our utmost to reach people in need in some of these conflict hotspots.
التنسيق بيتم ما مع الحكومة بس ولكن أيضا مع الشركاء المحليين. عادة شركائنا المحليين هم مدربين من برنامج الأغذية العالمي على أساس إنه عملية التوزيع تتم وفقا لكل الستاندردز حقة البرنامج وتوصل للمستفيدين بصورة تحفظ كرامتهم، في نفس الوقت يكون فيها ضمان لجودة العملية بدون أي فواقد في النص، فبنشتغل حسب الإحصائيات.
It is important to understand the needs which are increasing on a daily basis. And if we are not able to reach, the situation is going to be very, very catastrophic in the coming days. We have so far only reached 3.5 million individuals, of the 6 million who need it.
للأسف نسبة لشح المصادر المتوفرة عندنا فبنضطر إنه نشتغل بالأولويات.
We have made a breakthrough in accessing West Darfur from the Chad border over from Adre, Forchana, and into Janina locality, and we're hoping to expand on that. And those discussions and agreements need to be turned into action on the ground. So far, we are still facing access challenges, very significant access challenges. We realize that it might take some time for these commitments to materialize on the ground, but it is incredibly urgent because it is the people who are most affected, who are in the highest levels of food insecurity, that are in the areas that are the hardest to reach.
We are also looking at programs which have long-term impact, working with smallholder farmers, trying to buy food from them, reducing the post-harvest losses. We also have a very interesting program which is looking into the long-term food security, and through that we have been distributing heat-resistant seeds and fertilizers to almost 80,000 farmers in different parts of the country.
We also have early indications that the current and ongoing agricultural season and harvest season is expected to be below average, which means that food availability will be less. Then this means that the situation would only deteriorate further. And this below average harvest is also very much due to the conflict. Farmers and also subsistence farmers, smallholder farmers, not being able to access lands, high prices of fertilizers and seeds, which make it even more difficult for farmers to be able to plant and then harvest, and also unpredictable weather patterns. These are all coming together to make the situation much worse, and therefore we are extremely concerned that we could be looking at even more high levels of hunger in the coming lean season, which would start next June.
In terms of future, we hope that the situation will improve and we are able to reach more people with assistance. These 7 months have been challenging, and hopefully, if everything stops, we should be able to start looking at it. But at least till the next harvest, there is going to be dire need of food assistance to more than half of the population of Sudan.
And without support, they will slip further into hunger. And that means that we have an even deeper hunger crisis on our hands if we are not able to reach these communities where they are and break through into some of these conflict hotspots to support the people who need it the most right now in this very, very challenging situation.